Have you been hearing the word neurodivergent a lot lately? Yeah, it's one of psychology's favorite new buzzwords, but it actually has a real clearly defined meaning, and I think we should talk about it. Hi, my name is Megan, and welcome to Neurodivergent Magic, the YouTube channel for accessible and relatable neurodivergent content. Let's start with the basics. What is the definition of neurodivergent? There's a couple of definitions out there, but the basic idea is this. You are neurodivergent if your brain is neurologically different in some significant way. This could be an anatomical difference, meaning a difference to the structure of your brain. It could be a physiological difference, meaning a difference in the function of your brain, or it could be both. Some forms of neurodivergence include ADHD, autism, Tourette's, epilepsy, long-term depression and anxiety, dyslexia, dyscalculia, dyspraxia, and more. The next thing we really need to talk about is the difference between neurodivergence and mental illness. You might have noticed that I listed ADHD and long-term anxiety and depression in there as forms of neurodivergence. And you might also know that ADHD and depression and anxiety are also mental illnesses. So what's up with that overlap? Well, when it comes to ADHD, a lot of people actually argue that it shouldn't be listed as a mental illness. It's a neurological condition instead. But what about depression and anxiety? Those are definitely mental illnesses. Long-term depression and anxiety is actually a form of something called acquired neurodivergence. This is where, rather than being born neurodivergent, you become neurodivergent due to long-term anxiety and depression. Anxiety and depression change the way that your brain works. They fundamentally change both the function and sometimes even the structure of your brain. And that's the definition of neurodivergent. Acquired neurodivergence can also include trauma, traumatic brain injury, and others. So as you can tell, the line between mental illness and neurodivergence is not a thick one. There is a lot of back and forth, there is a lot of shared territory, and it can definitely be hard to distinguish the two. But here's my personal rule of thumb, which you can choose to take or leave. At the end of the day, we would love to cure mental illness. If I could cure my depression, I would do it in a heartbeat. But we don't want to cure neurodivergence. We need neurodivergent minds. This is what the neurodiversity movement is all about. It's about embracing the fact that some people's brains work differently from other people's brains, and we need those differences in order to move forward as a society. Yes, neurodivergence is a disability. Yes, it can make life very hard, but no, it should not be gotten rid of. Neurodivergent folks bring us so many gifts as well. When neurodivergence is properly accommodated, neurodivergent people can thrive and flourish and bring so much to this world. And yes, this includes people who you might consider low functioning. According to the social model of disability, people are not disabled the noun. They are disabled the verb. We are disabled by our environment and by the people around us rather than by our condition. Our conditions make us different. They give us different sets of limitations, but that doesn't make us inherently disabled. We are disabled because the society surrounding us does not support or accommodate us. And that's what's got to change. We have got to start introducing accommodations and supports for neurodivergent folks and all disabled people. Personally, I really struggle to call myself disabled, and I don't know if that's because I'm not, or if it's because of internalized ableism that tells me disabled is a dirty word. But when I think about it, I am functionally disabled. My trauma and long-term depression and anxiety and the neurodivergence that comes along with that make living day-to-day life difficult in many ways, and I need many accommodations to support me as I live my life. For instance, I don't work a 9-to-5 job. I am a full-time content creator, and I need the flexibility that comes with that type of job. I don't just want it, I don't just like it, I need it. Working a 9-to-5 is not really feasible when I have several days a month that I am completely down for the count with depression. That's just my personal experience, though. I would love to hear about your experience with neurodivergence, mental illness, acquired neurodivergence. So please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about what you've been through. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday with more neurodivergent content.